When it comes to inner sleeves for Magic the Gathering, Pokémon, and other standard-sized trading card games, KMC Perfect Size has long been the overwhelmingly best choice. But as the number of players who choose to double sleeve and protect their cards grows, so too does the need for a diversity of inner sleeve options. That's why this video will critically examine the Bordifies black bordered inner sleeves from Ultimate Guard, the brand new Dragonshield clear and smoke style perfect fit sleeves, as well as KMC's own attempt at inner diversity, the KMC Perfect Size Hards. Knowing which product is right for you can indeed be hard, as many different players have many different needs, so let's take a look. First up are the Bordifies black bordered inner sleeves offered through Ultimate Guard. The premise behind these inner sleeves is not only to offer the protection of double sleeving, but also to create the illusion that your white bordered Magic the Gathering cards are in fact the more desired and more costly black border versions. These can also be used on older cards, black or white border, which have become damaged around the edges. The Bordifies inner sleeves masking said damaged borders. How well do they look? Well, it's far from a perfect illusion. The border itself is plastic and glossy, and so it stands out as artificial. I also noticed that some cards have the border run just a hair too low or high. Notice on this revised edition's Soul Ring, some of the white can still be seen, and I have made sure the card is placed as far in as possible within the inner sleeve. Try and see if you can spot the Bordifies inner sleeve versus an original black or gold border card. Notice the sides of the Bordifies go too far over, covering the inner border of the card frame. Which blood moon is the Bordifies? That's right, it's on the right. Notice the border is thicker than the original, even grazing the top of the card title itself. Here are both Bordifies cards closer up. A final note is that the Bordifies sleeves have a strong curl to them. While I do not feel this is in any way something which can actually damage your cards, the natural curl is so dramatic compared to other brands such as KMC and Dragonshield that I felt I should point it out. In terms of overall quality, the Bordifies sleeves had some inconsistencies, in which I found several within each pack to either be cut too small to fit properly on a card, or to split outright when sleeving was attempted. I found this to only occur on a few within each pack of 100, but it does mean it is fair to say that a con is inconsistent sizing and quality. Grade C. These get the job done, and for some individual player needs, these may be a very valued product. But I don't think the border effect is as high quality an illusion as it could be. Price is comparably high, and as I said, there were very minor consistency issues. Also, I would strongly suggest consulting with a judge before using these in any official tournament. At the very least, I can imagine a judge insisting all cards within your deck use the Bordifies sleeves for consistency, as they may not want you to just use this one inner sleeve on the white bordered cards. Arcane Tinmen, maker of the Dragonshield brand sleeves, which have consistently been some of the best quality sleeves on the market, has finally begun manufacturing perfect fit inner sleeves. Dragonshield perfect fits are offered in a standard clear style, as well as a smoke style. What is the difference between the two? The smoke style has a darkened smoke grade side, while the other side is transparent. Many players may think this is meant to prevent glare off your cards, and I suppose it can be used for this purpose, but its real intent is to prevent card visibility through the back of less than fully opaque sleeves. Many brands of sleeves, including most Dragonshield sleeves, are not fully opaque, meaning you can see the back of your cards somewhat through them. This is unacceptable for official tournament play. Just ask Wedge of the Manosaurus, who was once disqualified from a GP for using pink Dragonshields. The smoke style inner sleeves are a kind of manufacturer's fix to this problem. As you can see, a card using the smoke style Perfect Fits by Dragonshield is significantly less visible through the backs of these sleeves, which are only of medium opacity. For Dragonshield mats, most colors of which are not fully opaque, they work perfectly. For other brands, such as Ultra Pro or Player's Choice, it varies from sleeve to sleeve depending on just how see-through they are, but it does always dramatically reduce visibility. But what about overall quality? The Dragonshield Perfect Fits, both the smoke and the clear, are noticeably thinner than their main competitor, the KMC Perfect Size. This is actually a good thing when you consider how thick Dragonshield matte sleeves already are. Sadly, this thinness also brings with it a less than smooth quality to the sleeve, meaning that when double sleeving, it is often very difficult to get the card to slide into the outer sleeve without the inner Dragonshield Perfect Fit sleeve coming off somewhat. Notice here that this card, which I just sleeved, had its inner sleeve slide up somewhat. This is unacceptable and will need to be re-sleeved now. It's an annoying problem, and while not present in each and every Perfect Fit from Dragonshield, was consistent enough that at one point while sleeving up my decks for testing, I needed to take a break to go curse angrily in the next room. Still, Dragonshield Perfect Fits are strong. I found absolutely zero splitting occurred even with my repeated re-sleeving, and there were no inconsistencies with sizing. Grade B, B+. The biggest overall con is simply lack of ease while double sleeving, but it was significant enough. KMC, manufacturer of the gold standard of inner sleeves, the KMC Perfect Size, has introduced a new style, Perfect Size hard sleeves. Perhaps a more accurate descriptor would be KMC Thicks, as these inner sleeves are noticeably thicker than their counterparts. Despite the thickness, the same high quality and consistency of KMC Perfects remains. Perfect Size hards sleeve up easily, and double sleeve without frustration. The drawback, obviously, is that with the thicker inner sleeves comes thicker overall deck size. So the quality is top-notch, no question, but the real issue is, what is the point of these? While the thesis of the Bordifies and Dragonshield smoke styles are evident, with the hards, what situation would you favor these over typical KMC Perfects? I can only offer guesses, but my biggest guess would be that players of Legacy and Vintage who have exceptionally old and valuable cards that they play with may want the maximum protection in exchange for some loss of shuffle ease. Here you can see a comparison of 60 card decks sleeved with hypermats, double sleeved with Perfect Fits and hypermats, and double sleeved with Perfect Fit hards and hypermats. While it may not appear dramatically different in size, a little goes a long way when it comes to shuffling. Nonetheless, despite the overall quality of these being a solid A, I want to add the disclaimer that for the average double sleever, I do not see these as a necessity. The added difficulty, shuffling, is not going to be outweighed by the extra protective thickness, unless of course you personally feel the need for such a trade-off. Again, the most obvious example being someone with an incredibly expensive Legacy or Vintage deck. The grade reflects overall quality of the product and its fulfillment of its claim of function, but whether you personally have need of this product is, with the KMC Perfect Hards as well as the other products seen here today, a question that can only be answered by you. Still, in answering that question, I hope very much this video has been of some help to you. If you would like to see a complete grade roster of all products I have reviewed, from card sleeves to deck boxes to portfolios and binders, visit TolarianCommunityCollege.com today. Tolarian Community College t-shirts, playmats, dice bags, and coffee mugs can also be purchased there. So check out TolarianCommunityCollege.com today.